Stalo are a group of First Nations people that inhabit the Fraser Valley and Lower Fraser Canyon of British Columbia. Stalo is Halkomelem for the word river. The Stalo are river people. The first historically documented reference to these people as the Stalo occur in Catholic Oblate missionary records in the 1880s. Prior to this, references were primarily towards tribal groups such as the Matsqui, the Tsleil-Waututh, and the Sumas. The first traces of people living in the Fraser Valley date back 8,000 to 10,000 years. The Stalo called this area their traditional territory, the Sol Telwech. The early inhabitants of the area were highly mobile hunter-gatherers. There is an archaeological evidence of a settlement in the Lower Fraser Canyon called the Milliken Site, and a seasonal encampment, the Glen Rose Canary Site, near the mouth of the Fraser River. Remains of this latter campsite show that in the spring and early summer the people came here to hunt land and sea mammals such as deer, elk, and seals, and, to a lesser extent, to gather salmon, sickleback, ulikin, and sturgeon. Their lives depended on the success of harvesting the resources of the land and the rivers through fishing, foraging, and hunting. Contemporary Stalo elders describe their connection to the land in the statement, "We have always been here." They tell of the arrival of the Sol Telwech as either Tel Swale, skyborn, or as Tel Temwech, earth people-born. The first contact between the Stalo and Europeans was actually indirect. It was through the transmission of infectious diseases via other North Americans. There are two main theories for how the smallpox virus first reached the Stalo in the late 1800s. The first is the disease came up from Mexico, spreading overland travelers. The second, and more likely, is that it was brought to the coast by trade route Europeans. It is estimated that the epidemic killed 2/3 of the Stalo population, approximately 61% of them within 6 weeks. During the epidemic, traditional responses to illness, although effective for illness that were common to the area, likely made the outbreak worse. One method was gathering around the sick person's bed to sing and pray. This exposed more people to the virus. Other practices included cleansing sweats and cold morning baths, which would have shocked the infected person's body, causing even more harm. Those who survived were affected with blindness and other permanent disabilities, making hunting and other activities difficult. This caused many people to suffer from hunger, along with the emotional damage from the debilitation. Stalo culture is based on an oral tradition, and with the decimation of the community, large amounts of important cultural information was lost. It is a testament to the strength of the Stalo that they are still a strong culture and community after such a devastation. Soon after the 1782 epidemic, the Stalo encountered Europeans face to face. The first European to explore the region from overland was Simon Fraser, who traveled down the Fraser River in 1808. It was later named for him. The Hudson's Bay Company established trading posts at Fort Langley and Fort Yale. Their involvement in trading with the British brought great changes to the relationship of the Stalo with each other and with the land. In 1827, the gold rush began. With the discovery of gold came the influx of over 30,000 miners, with goals of striking it rich. These miners created many problems as they encroached closely to Stalo communities, resources, and homes. With the fierce competition over land, many disputes arose concerning the ownership of the land and the damage that was being done by the miners. Governor James Douglas recognized these issues and tried to separate the Stalo and miners by creating separate territories for each group to occupy. This began the long history of land disputes, a history that is yet to be settled. As the miners left in large numbers by 1860, the whiskey peddlers came in selling their firewater to the Stalo. Shortly after this, more permanent immigrants arrived and began to establish farms. Because no treaties had been signed between the Stalo and the government, the settlement of this land was not in accordance with the Royal Proclamation of 1763, which stated that all land acquisition from the Aboriginals had to be done legally through a treaty process.
Whoa, every day I rise from my resting place, look up to the sky and I give him my thanks. Start my day, do it's gotta be done. Don't forget where I came from, praying. G and the great big sea got me to the things that I wanna be, but I may keep my heart, cause being native's the key. All my Stalo peeps who can jam to this song, asking who am I and where am I, where have we gone? Listen up everyone, cause it won't be long. We'll be coming up, Stalo strong. Whoa, whoa. Sitting in class, going insane. Teachers working on my brain drain. My spirit's tired from praying every day. Working hard, feeling no shame, cause I know one day I'll be homebound soon to give back the strength you have given to me, and I'll be the person I was meant to be.